Right, so back to the Berman show. Oliver Berman putting them to sleep here one by one. G Brody, he's looking for a gap to get those chips in and double up bigs. Will he do it with an ace high in early position? He chooses not to.
No, Dave, you're speaking about hands in general. I generally don't like to move it in with a small ace like that with short stack, because I find that generally the hands that are calling you are the hands that are dominating you.
Well, certainly not from early position, Ryan. If you're going to do it if you're going to do it to anybody, rather do it into the blinds.
Yeah, for sure. But if you start feeling like people say, oh, when I get short stacked, I just move it in with any ace or any king. No, that's not really. I'd rather move it in with Dermot's hand here.
100%. Well, Sweeney's now elected to call the 1400. Stan now. We've seen him play a few hands, but he hasn't won one to date.
Doesn't have a lot of chips, does Mr. Topol?
Well, he's got a pretty looking hand.
Well, at this stage, you might be getting a little bit cover from Dermot's limp, so people might be a little bit scared to raise the pot up. So he may be able to see a flop here with King Jack of Diamonds, which it looks like is what he's going to try and do.
He's chosen to go that route. John Chapman, he's killed off one of Topol's jacks. He calls the difference, and Berman will just check the little girls.
So 4 plays the flop. Could get exciting.
The board 7-3-5. Nice flop for Berman, but Sweeney grabs the lead with the top pair.
Well, Berman's got middle pair with a gut shot straight draw. Dermot's found the top pair.
Check a bet, Ollie.
And Chapman's got middle pair.
I think Ollie's going to have a look at this with pair of sixes here. Sweeney now with top pair.
It's a difficult spot here. Oliver checked in the big blind. He could have any range of hands, like from 7 king, 7 jack, 7 9, 7 10, all the hands that have got Dermot out kicked. But now the thing is Dermot immediately going to try and find out where he stands, or is he just going to flat call and see what happens on the turn?
Well, reaching for a number of chips there. Raises it. He wants to find out exactly what's going on right now. Up to 20,000. A good, strong information raise, at least. Berman could do anything in this spot, though. He's got the mental capacity to do any wonderful thing. Ollie, 14,000 more. It's a big raise. And you don't want to be chipping up Sweeney too much. So, Ollie, all the various players going on in his head right now. He elects to choose the conservative route of just flat calling. He's got the 4 as well as the 6 here. The 9 doesn't change much, but it does give Sweeney.
It's a good card for Sweeney, because if the 6 does peel off now, it gives Sweeney the...
Now Ollie makes the straight in the river, Ron. Wow, wow, wow. Ollie came along for the price and found the gut shot on the river, and Sweeney says it's sick, and he knows, and the worst part is Sweeney's 2 paired.
And Oliver's agreeing with him.
7 versus 2 pairs.
And Ollie says you got 2 pairs.
And it's such a nice little bet. It's just 13,000.
The 9 wasn't a great card as well, because it does bring the straight, and if Ollie was betting 6-8, he had to check the turn and allowed the river to arrive, and it did come for Oliver. It's just a very bad situation, and it's almost 13,000 to 60.
Yeah, that's the thing I say. It's a great bet. It's almost guaranteed to get called. Although Dermot's a very good player, and he may elect to save the 13,000.
The 9 came for Dermot to slow the action down, but the 8 came to kill him. And Dermot knows he's in trouble. He just knows it, but he can't fight the price here. The truth is he's getting over 4-1 here, Ryan. It's just too much value for his 2 pair.
Yeah, and I don't think we realised what a good card that 9 was on the turn for Oliver. It actually brought him a double belly buster.
Yeah, any 4, any 8. So, yeah.
It's almost impossible for him to fold. Yeah, exactly. Like Dermot said, there's too much in the pot. I have to pay you off.
It's only 13 to start. Why do you want to put 14? It's only 13.
Oh, it's only 13.
Discount.
He just hates to make this call. Look at, he just can't get the money across the line. And he lets go eventually, and Ollie will show in the straight. And Sweeney will do 73,000 to Berman there. Ryan, that's
No, well, he only does half of that.
yeah, I understand, but it's 73,000 to Oliver, which is a nice impact on Oliver's stack. And as I said, there's a few players in this room that you don't want to be giving chips to, and he's one of them. And another hand all in. Queens, Johnston, Solomon, Jacks. Well, lovely spot for Johnston. Two premier poker players in South African community. Two of the best. We saw them in the last episode's feature tables. 7, 9, 6. Johnston's got the clubs covered. Another 6. Now Solo dead to a jack.
Only a jack for Solomon, otherwise he will be out of here, and he is. That is the end of Jared Solomon. Andre Johnston, two of the top players butting head against each other, and that is the end of Solo.
Now, a word from our sponsors.
And we're back into the leaderboard at the feature table, and Oliver Berman has been all the action and obviously has all the chips. 135,000. Wow, wow, wow. Chapman up there, Apple up there, Sweeney up there, but Oliver has been playing it hard and picking up pots, Ron.
It's been the Oliver Berman show, Dave, and now we've got Kieran Riley who's just come to the table. So the old blue bull, he'll be getting in a few pots. Doesn't play very loose, but a good solid player. So good to have him amongst the rest of the sharks here.
Well, one thing you can see about Oliver, you know, they always say aggressive poker is successful poker, and here it is, Ryan. It's the most aggressive player at the table's got all the chips. But Sweeney, who just lost a relatively big pot of over 70,000 to Berman, has picked up the nuts pre-flop and puts in a solid raise. Well, now Fabu's getting quite short over there. Not much colour in that front stack. He's considering the situation.
4,500.
Marty looks to have about 14 or 15,000. It's just not a lot of chips now. And you've got to be very careful in tournaments that you don't get yourself too short to where you're going to get called by any single hand when you do move in. You need to have some fold equity in your stack.
Well, she only had Jack 6 there, Ron.
Now, Topol's picked up 7s. He's also short. I think this might be his time to shine.
Oh, this is a terrible situation. You know, you pick up the button, you get a pair. You think to yourself, please, let me just be at least racing. So he's all in, Stanley Topol. He hasn't won a pot really at this table, and he's going to really struggle to win this one. He's looked up at Sweeney. He keeps glancing over at Sweeney to see if Sweeney has reacted to the all-in play. And around to the blue bull, who's wearing the blue top. He's got something to consider, it looks like to me.
No, I think he's already put it down.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Over to Henny Apple.
Around to Henny. Well, he is considering as well. Hasn't snap folded here.
I think maybe he wants to get his chips back from when he made his move against Dermot.
Well, he'd choose a better spot than this one. 5s are no good to the raise, re-raise all in. And snap call. Aces for Sweeney. Topol 7s.
So Apple folded the 5s.
Well, it's a 40,000 chip pot, so Sweeney will do well to get this back for the money that he just lost to Berman a second ago.
As you can see it, all the red in the studio, it means somebody's all in for their tournament life, and that is Stanley Topol.
They should get some dancing girls in your Ryan's. Girls with like different coloured pom-poms.
cheering for the players.
They have like red pom-poms when you're all in. Maybe Leanne can come over.
Right.
Well, 7 for top.
Amazing stuff. All in when you're so short and so in such bad shape, and then you flop the 7 and do it.
Oh! How do you say that?
Well, there we go.
Come on, girls, dance.
Now, can there be a redraw of the 7? No. So unbelievably, Stanley Topol flopped the set.